Hello and welcome everyone. We're back for some more standard action, and today we're going to be playing a new Esper control list. Now, this list specifically, the big difference between it and the previous Esper iterations, there's not a ton. It's still almost all the same cards, just some different numbers, but we are adding a couple new cards. So let's start with the first new one, Commence the Endgame. So this is a 6-mana instant that says this spell can't be countered. Draw 2 cards and amass X, where X is the number of cards in your hand. If you've ever played against Esper, you know they have a lot of cards in hand a lot of times throughout the game, so this can just be huge. Then we're playing Enter the God Eternals. We'll play this card once before. Really good, a bunch of different effects. Dealing 4, gaining 4, amassing 4, and milling 4. Awesome card. And another one of the new ones, Teferi, Time Reveler. This is going to let us to not only our opponent can't counter our stuff and interact with us at instant speed, but we can plus it to make our stuff be instant. All of our sorceries be instant speed, so we can like dot erase during their draw step, stuff like that. And then we can also just bounce an artifact, creature, or enchantment. A little awkward that we can't bounce planeswalkers, but basically everything else. And then the last new card is Finale of Glory. This lets us create X2/2s, where white soldier creature tokens with vigilance. If X is 10 or more, we create that many 4/4 angels as well. And this is a big one. This one combos really well with Teferi being able to plus and then cast at their end of turn. Also, Teferi with Bonsu lets us cast stuff on their turn. Now, I'm not sure how good he is, so we are playing one of the old Teferi as well, and we'll just have to see. Sideboard, Dresses, Moment of Craving, Dovin's Spark, or Dovin's Veto, D-Spark, Thief of Sanity, Hostage Taker. The usual suspects. We're going to go and hop into a couple matches here with some traditional, with new Esper controls, I call it. The idea of this deck is going to be pretty much the same. We're going to want to stabilize, or try and stabilize the game as quickly as possible. Then once we get to the point where we have stabilized, we're going to want to take over the game with our powerful stuff. So that is the plan. We're going to be on the play here. This seems fine. Oh, we're also playing one Liliana's Triumph. In general, I don't think this card's going to be that great, but I think in certain matchups, I think it's going to be a good card. This hand's great. We have the Thought Erasure early on into Absorb or Mortify. Alright, another blue-white. So we'll Thought Erasure them here. Probably Esper. Okay, so interesting. We'll take the Narset. Take a 4th land as well. Alright, so they're also... Ooh, that was a great draw. Alright, but I think we're just going to Mortify it. I'm not sure. This might be too aggressive. They might be able to play something this turn to... Whoop, nope, never mind. That is, it's all the magic they want to play. So, the big reason I want to do it during our turn was because... Oh, I don't want a Hostage Taker. I did not want them getting the chance to, what's the word I'm looking for? I didn't want them to get an activation off of it. It could very easily have been too greedy. I can definitely admit to that. But I still want to try to go for it. Alright, so I'm going to commit, or cut down on some Mortifies because of everything we're bringing in, and then I'm also going to cut down on a Finale of Glory. Ideally, we'll just make a big Commence the Endgame token and win the game that way. Also, we only really need one Finale to win the game. None of the rest of the stuff, I mean, yeah, none of the rest of the stuff seems that great. We might want more Mortifies, but we do still have D-Spark and Vraska's Contempt for their more expensive stuff. That's another reason I like the new Teferis. It gets under D-Spark. Obviously, Contempt hits it because it's a Planeswalker no matter what. I actually think I'm going to keep this. In the control matchup, it's very important to hit all your land drops. And yeah, they're mulliganing to 5 here. So if their plan is going to be discard spell us, this is not even that great against us. Alright. That's not exactly what we want. We don't want to just start drawing a ton of lands. But I still stand by, I think, the fact that this is fine. Yeah, they're going to Thought Erasure. Ooh, no, hold up. Counterspell. Alright. We're going to Godless Shrine tapped. Yeah, I mean, they almost certainly have a counterspell here. Ooh, Teferi of their own. Okay. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to play our own Teferi, I think. While the shields are down. We'll play Drowned Catacombs. And then Teferi. That's a play I didn't know we could make. I guess it does say up to 1. Okay, cool. Alright. Alright, let's see what they got. Search for his contest. Seems good. Alright, we're going to plus. And then I'm going to go ahead and start with a Thought Erasure here. What? Whoa, 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 hold on. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. That is not... I don't know what just happened, but that's not what I wanted to do, but it's fine. I guess actually I'm kind of glad that's what happened. Yeah. Alright, so... Uptick... Do I actually want a Teferi? No, let's just take this Liliana, I think. Yeah. As long as we have our Teferi, we don't really care about what's going on here. Or about the counterspells, rather. Alright. So, another important thing to keep in mind here is... Remember, we can't cast things during their turn, and they can't cast things during our turn because of our opposing Teferis. So, alrighty. That felt pretty good. That felt really good. That does make our commence the endgame weaker in that situation, but I don't know. I think that was fine, you know. And situations like that are why I wanted to only play 2 of the small Teferi, because, like, right there, very clearly, it wasn't going to do anything. It was going to sit there, and we can't counter each other's spells. That sucks. But it's not doing anything. Okay, I didn't even realize that you could -3 it without a target. I don't know why I didn't read it to see if it said up to 1. But obviously, so it's not that bad. You can keep plussing it -3, plussing -3, plussing -3. But that's it. It's not really going to win you the game. And while technically the Big Teferi is not winning you the game either, it can make it so your opponent can't win the game. Alright, I'd love to keep this hand, but we can't. This hand is better because it does have lands we can play. We just want... Okay, so green-black. Which means our hand might be okay against them. Alright, yeah, depending on the draw, this Cry of the Carnarium is going to be great. Alright. Oh, I'm happy about this. I am very happy about this. Now, admittedly, that wasn't the best thing in the world, but it still felt pretty good to 3-for-1 them. Oh, they're drawing their lands off of their branch walkers, which is really good for them. Alright, we're gonna Time Raveler. And it will give them another Explore, but it doesn't mean we're not getting attacked to this turn. Land. Thank you. I think it's more important to stop them from attacking us next turn than it is the extra Explore. Alright. And that could be wrong, admittedly. But, alright, we're going to uptick here. I don't really want to make a 2-2 with this. That seems kind of crappy. Or make 2 2-2s. But if I don't do that, Teferi dies. But do I care if Teferi dies that much? You know, let's just pass and see what they start to do. Alright, if they're attacking Teferi, let's just go ahead and, yeah, make this for 2. We'll block. Let's see what they followed up with. Like, that's another thing there. They couldn't respond by contempting or something like that, our token. But to be fair, I figured if they had a contempt, they would have spent it on this fairy. And now, okay. Alright, now we really want to draw a land, which we, again, failed to draw. Yeah, we can thought erasure this way. Alright, I'm taking the Carnage Tyrant because that is a pretty good way we get got. And then I'm just going to pass the turn here. No attacks. Yeah, so they got cast down, find, which, I mean, they can find back the Teferi, or not Teferi, I'm sorry. They can find back the Carnage Tyrant, but I mean, honestly, there's not a lot we can do to stop that. Yeah. I mean, maybe it was wrong to kill the Krasis since we knew they had a find. Alright, let's plus again. Insight because we really want to land. We finally hit a land. Attack for 2. Alright. Yep, Carney T. Turn. I'm going to tick down. Submitting on 0. We did, in fact, draw the land, so we're going to pass. No attacks. And this is going to let us make a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to make a 7-7 to block this with. And they won't be able to kill our 7-7 in response. Alright, there's that. Yep. Would have been nice to be able to make it 1 bit tougher. And remember, they can only cast spells as sorceries, so they cannot contempt this. They can memorial it back. But to be honest, that's fine. We're just gonna do the same dance again next turn if they want to play it. Alright, they're shocking in, they're playing a big Krasis, I'm assuming. Be a 6, yep. That's a pretty big Krasis. So, I mean, let's do this. Yeah, I'm gonna pay the 2 life. That way we can double spell next turn. Because we got a lot of these Mortifies coming up. And again, we only really need to commence to kill a Carnage Tyrant. Yep. I'm not super interested in it for killing. Yeah, we're just gonna Mortify. And again, I shock so that we could cast Chemist Insight at the end of the turn. We'll see here. So they have 6 mana, so they could probably have a pretty good follow-up here. They finally going to get rid of my Teferi? Nope, Branchwalker. Right, Branchwalker's good, resolves. Hostage Shaker. Alright, Hostage Shaker doesn't do much against us here. It will, however, does have a text box against the commence the endgame token, which is important to note. Alright, that was great. So if we go to Teferi, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Be able to have 5 mana untapped. That's fine. I like that. And if they decide to turn their creature on our Teferi, and yeah, we're just gonna pass. If they decide to turn their attack towards our Teferi, we can choose to protect it, or we can choose not to. It doesn't really matter. Here's the real question: is are they gonna pick up Krasis? Looks like they're picking up Carnage Tyrant. All right. Untap, untap. So I mean, if that's their play, is just to go Carnage Tyrant. I'm trying to take that one down. So I am in a moment of, or mortify this. All right. Go to end or go to the main phase 2. We're gonna contempt it. We have to let contempt resolve. We can't do anything about it. Kinda sucks, but it's not the end of the world. They have 5 mana now. It would be kind of a big deal if they could have Vivian'd there, but thankfully they are unable to. Go here. I'm going to stop during their upkeep, and I'm going to shock this in. Oh, I had a Glacial Fortress. I didn't need to do that. Alright, so we're going to let them draw a card. And Thought Erasure. Take the Krasis. Do we want Search for Ensconce at this point? How many cards do we have left in our library? 33? Nah, I think we're alright. We got enough draw spells in our hand and stuff. Yep, move on. Carney T resolves. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Okay. This is a situation where I'm really happy we have this Ileana's Triumph. And discard this land. Nice. Should be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm actually gonna downtick this with no targets, putting us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make an 8/8. Oh, and they're done. Alright, well, the plan was going to be make an 8/8 and have double counterspells up on the following turn to deal with their stuff. So, alright. Against them, I like Hostage Taker. D-Spark should be pretty, maybe okay. I'm not a big fan of Duresses. Vetoes are okay, I think, but I think I definitely want take out these hours. Actually, do I want the D-Sparks? I don't know what else I'd cut for them. Maybe I don't want D-Spark. At least maybe not all of the D-Sparks. So as far as we're winning the game here, we're going to be doing it most likely with tokens. So they have Vivian's. That's like it. So you know, maybe we don't want D-Spark. Let's just bring in one Finale, take out a Finale for a Hostage Taker. I think that's going to be okay. We're going to mulligan this hand. Even though if we did draw Watery Grave, we'd be in great shape. Alright, well, with a Scry, I think we're okay. We'll Scry land at the top and we'll be golden. Cast down to the bottom, and now we probably lose because I got too greedy to mulligan to 5. Yep, Elf. Yep, land. Nope, alright. Like I said, we got too greedy, we're probably going to lose. Well, now we lose our Search for Ensconce and we're going to lose anyway. Yeah. We'll just call it there. That was not a good choice. Alright, only we want Duresses. They don't play a ton of stuff we really care about taking from them. And we still have the Thought Erasures. Play first. I guess we... No, let's mulligan for something better. Don't know if this is actually better or not, but we'll keep it. Another land on top, so I'm going to roll with it. And just hope they don't have an early game Duress. And I mean, even if they do have Duress early, our hand is sustainable enough, I think we'll be okay. Because we do have the Chemist Insight. Nope, getting Duressed. What? Oh, they have a negate? Is that what's up? I think they have a negate. Okay. Yep, I'm assuming they're keeping that on top. No, bottom, okay. Alright. Sweet, we got a land. Alright, so turn 4, though, they have a lot of powerful stuff they could play this turn. But I'm more afraid of what they're going to do on turn 5 than I am on 4. Now, they may have bluffed us and not actually had the counterspell or anything. Ooh, Unmoored Ego. This is actually interesting because I don't think I care really what they name. Like, yeah, losing Commence to Endgame sucks. Yeah, losing a bunch of different stuff really sucks. But, like, the cards I really care about losing, there's not a specific one. Like, we're not a deck that plays 4 Teferis as our primary way of winning the game. Yeah, like, they're going to get one card here. So, I mean, that's good. They still get rid of my Teferi. But, at the same time, Time Reveler is the one that's far more important out of the two. Top card. I just need the lands, I think. I'm just going to pass turn here, I think. Hold up Chemist Insight. Take the 3. Yep, Branchwalker's fine. Kind of wish I would have kept the Cry on top. Alright, Vivian. I'm assuming you got to get rid of Vivian for land. Yep, we're going to Chemists. Alright, two good cards there. We'll keep the land on top. And I'm actually going to start on a Thought Erasure here. So is there anything that we care about on 4? So, let's see. Interestingly enough, if I take the Contempt and I play Teferi this turn, this negate becomes irrelevant. And they have to draw not only a land, but another Contempt to kill Teferi. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Do we want another land? That'd be 6. 2 cards in the graveyard already. No, let's bottom the land. We can actually play this tapped. And oh no, Time Reveler dies. We can't actually play Time Reveler. He would die. Okay, I didn't fully think that through. Yeah, I didn't fully think that through. I forgot about the creatures on the table. I should have taken, I guess. Well, I guess it doesn't matter too much. Yep. A second Absorb. I got one in the graveyard. Alright, we're gonna go here with it. Yep, I'm assuming we're getting negated. We are. And then I'm gonna Hostage Taker. Steal one of these. And then pass. I'm assuming we're getting Time Reveler name now? Or Raveler, I mean. I mean, I don't know what else. I mean, Commence the Endgame would be a good one to name. So it would be Enter the God Eternals. Which, to be fair, now, like, Enter the God Eternals is a card I really want to draw. Like, I'd be super happy to draw Enter the God Eternals at the moment. But what is it? We're naming an opponent. Isolated Chapel. Interesting choice to name a card that I've already played 2 of. Interesting choice. And we didn't even exile any of them. Interesting. No blocks. I'm going to go to 5. Top card. And concession. Okay. Well, we were going to probably put that in the graveyard anyway. Play Teferi Time Reveler. Bounce theirs. Play our own. And pass. That was going to be the play. Alright, let's see what we got. Lightning Strike, cool. We already got our set, but that's okay. So far, Time Reveler's been impressive. We got lucky there. I made some bad plays. I in my calculation, because of the way the cards pop up on the screen, I didn't even think about the board state. I only looked at what was in their hand and the contents of my own hand. And obviously, the correct choice was we're gonna play first. Oh, we'll keep it because we have the Thought Erasure. Yeah. Mono blue tempo, possibly. Erasure him. Nope. Esper control. Rest in peace. Search for his Kanta. Keep line on top. Next turn. Teferi? Yeah, Teferi. Draw a card. Ooh, commence the endgame. Oh, you know what? If he could target planeswalkers, you have to say other planeswalkers. Otherwise, he could just tick down, bounce himself at certain points. All right, let's tap him. Plus. So here I'm doing this in case they play something I want to counter, and then I can end a turn Thought Erasure them. So we are going to counter that because I don't want them seeing our hand. Alright. Again, we'll plus. And we're actually just going to Thought Erasure this time right now because there's no reason not to. Yeah, we'll take Teferi. We already have 5 lands. I guess we'll keep the 6 because that means we can cast Commence the Endgame. What'd you draw, opponent? Oh, Insight? Alright. Alright, let's uptick. Shock this in, and let's pass. Admittedly, getting a 4/4 off Commence the Endgame is not very impressive. So even if they go Teferi here, tuck our Teferi, they'll still be tapped out and we'll get to Commence the Endgame to get a 4/4 token and draw 2 cards, which means we'll draw back to Teferi the next turn. And we'll be able to kill their token. Alright, Insight during their turn, that's fine. And they're drawing a lot of cards, which is good for them, but... End of turn. Commence the Endgame, make a 4/4. Take my turn. Ooh, yuck. Alright, let's tick down with 0 targets. Yuck. Alright, we're just drawing a ton of lands now. This is getting awkward. We really need to draw some more action or some more cantrips. Or I guess technically it's not a cantrip, but more draw spells. Yep. Nothing we can do out of contempt here. But that does make them spend most of their turn doing nothing. And we've made a card in their hand completely dead. Alright, well. Not a big fan of this. Also, another thing is they can't stop us from killing their Teferi, which I think is a big deal. Liliana Dreadhorde General. Sure. Yeah, I'll contempt her. Yep, get you 2/2. Take my turn. Beautiful. Uptick. Yep, let's see what you do. Oh. Yep, guess who's getting Enter the God Eternal. Alright, let's see. Well, not exactly what we wanted to see, but this doesn't mean we get an attack for 4. And they are down 2 Teferis here, which is nice. Also, these Mortifies are great for if they draw a Search for Iskanta. Because again, right now they have more cards than us, but there's a good chance they're just out of counter spells. And if that's the case, then obviously, I mean, not out of counter spells. There's a chance they could just have a ton of counter spells in their hand. Which again, if that's the case, that puts us in a big advantage here. And then we drew our Search for Iskanta first. Now we'll play a land and we'll pass. So they could have a Mortify, but they'll have to have 2 Mortifies because we'll spend an Absorb on the Mortify. Alright, so graveyard it's almost anything there we were going to put to the graveyard. Alright, so now we're just looking for a commence the end game here, I think. Or something else that's going to put us in a situation just to win the game finally. That's a good one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright. They got to get our Teferi off the table. So we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, there we go. That's just how we drew it up. Alright, so the control mirror match, we want Thief, Despark, Duress, Vetoes. Take out the Cries, Triumph, Cast Downs, all those. Awkward enough, I do want to leave some number of Mortifies in. Because their opposing Thief of Sanities could be a problem. Maybe we can trim down to 1 Finale of Glory. I think we just have way too many cards to bring in this matchup, to be honest. There's another card we could cut here. I don't want to cut all the Finale of Glories. Maybe we just cut 1 Mortify. I don't know. Mortify is really good against Search for Iskanta and everything, though. Alright, well, let's try it like this. See if I regret it. So far the deck's been super impressive. It's incredibly Yep, alright, as long as they don't have turn 1 duress, this is gonna be, or turn 1 or 2 duress, we should be good. Even if they do, our hand's still okay. But it looks like they kept on 7, so. Alright, well, they probably have a Thought Erasure on 2 here, which will be awkward. Yep, they're gonna take our Thought Erasure with it. Plus, the other big detail here is the fact they have information on our hand now. Alright, they don't want another land. Alright, D-Spark, that's a good one for them to not know about. Unfortunately, the problem here is there's a lot of things they could stick. You know what? I'm going to play this Drowned Catacombs. I could play one of these tapped lands this turn, but I want to play the Drowned Catacomb because that way we have Absorb up. Again, I doubt they have anything they want to play into it, but in the event they do, yep. So Chemist Insight's fine. Not really something worth fighting over there. If they go Teferi, I guess I have to despark it now. Because we didn't put this land into play untapped, so we can't contempt it. Which just sucks they don't know about despark in our hand. Although I am assuming they know that we probably have it. They Thought Erasure us here. I think I have to counter it. Alright, they did not Thought Erasure us here, so I'm gonna play Watery Grave tapped and pass. We're gonna flashback their Chemist Insight, or Jumpstart it, I guess technically is what it's called. Yep, resolves. Yeah, them having so many cards in hand is not a good place to be. Alright, so I think I'm going to let it resolve. Yeah, we'll let it resolve, we'll let them make tokens, and we'll kill it. Or a token, and we'll kill it. Yeah, I got a 2-2. This 2-2, obviously it's a threat to us, but not at the moment. Search for Azcanta. I'm going to Dovin's veto this, because I feel like Absorb is more valuable. Alternatively, it could have been right to not Dovin's veto it because they know about the Absorb. So alternatively, maybe we could have caught them. But who knows? Let's just gonna Chemist Insight end its turn. If they want to counter it, that's fine with us. The front half of it, I am not a very big fan of countering. I think that the front half just doesn't do enough to warrant a counter. When you're flashing it or jump starting it makes sense because they're taking themselves down a card. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Alright, I'm gonna counter it. They'll play their own counter spell. Oh no, really? Okay. Well, I feel awkward now. I mean, it's a good thing it got countered. I'm glad it did. I don't know, that feels weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's Thought Erasure. Eldest Reborn, Mortify. Let's take Liliana. Not a huge fan of any of those things, but I can deal with all of them. And I mean, to be honest, Let's see. So they have 1 unknown and 3 mana up. It's going to resolve. I think this turn, gonna just Chemist Insight, flashing back, discarding this Godless Shrine. And that's what I want to do. Oh, you know what? I could still despark it, actually. I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah, we're going to use the mana efficiently and despark it since we have it up. Now we're going to take our turn. Go here. We're going to duress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and we're done here. Alrighty. Well, grinding it out felt pretty good in that situation. Definitely felt like we were super far ahead the entire match. Didn't really feel like there was any point in that match that we really fell behind. So far, I'm loving the deck. It's really powerful. I think it's unique enough and does enough things that are different from the normal Esper list that it's fun and still competitive. As we've played against 2 Esper decks. Or, yeah, is that 2 Esper decks now? I think it is. Anyway, give me 1 second, guys, and we'll go on to a next match in just a second. Welcome back. Here we are, guys, with some more Esper control here in Standard. No whites, but I think it's hard to say no to this because if they are an aggressive deck, we have these cries. Obviously, they're a control deck, which is what we've been playing against almost exclusively. It's awkward. Boom. Thank you, opponent. That makes me happy. See what our opponent's got. I really like these guild sleeves. Nice. Alright, that's a little awkward. And the fact that we aren't going to get to cry, the fact that we have no place till turn 3 might mean that we're in trouble here, especially if they go, yep, Jade Light. Alright, we got to have it not hit a land, or not hit 2 spells. Alright. Well, this is going to be big, but at least we can deal with the rest of the table. I think we still are interested in crying to get these 2 things off the board. That's going to feel pretty bad if they have another creature to hit us with, or another Jade Light or something to play. Alright, Druid's fine. We're taking a couple here from this. We're about to go to 13. We're going to go to 11 off our own Shockland. Eeks. We could be in trouble here. Okay, we're not going to have to go to 11 off our own Shockland, thankfully. Alright, so we really need them to overextend onto the table and us to Chemist Insight into a Kaya's Wrath, which, yes, we'll have to shock for Kaya's Wrath, but I still think that's okay. Getting attacked for 3 here. The fact that they didn't shock this in tells me they've already put enough pressure on us for how they feel. Alright, they're adapting it. Alright, no Kaya's Wrath. It is a Thought Erasure, though. Let's see. Can we survive long enough? Alright, we'll take this Find Finality, I think. It's super awkward. But I think... No, that was wrong. That was... Why did I take that? That was super wrong. I had to take this Assassin Trophy. That way I could go commence the end game next turn and have a blocker. Alright, well, thankfully... While they will get to draw a bunch of cards, thankfully this is going to give us a little bit of life. So we are under a little bit less pressure, but still... Ooh, that is exactly what we needed. Alright, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Hallowed Fountain tapped, Kaya's Wrath. Now they will get to start fresh again, but we are at 10 life. And we do have a decent amount of card draw here in our hand. And with Chemist Insight in the graveyard. As long as it don't go back to back to back a bunch of um ooh ooh okay. Color me extremely surprised. Alright, let's cry. And we do have enough mana to leave up absorb, but also chemist insight if we need to, if we want to. Which, if they don't play anything we want to counter, I'm gonna definitely. Do I want to counter that? I think if that's the only thing they're playing this turn, I think I would rather chemist insight here. Another trophy. I'm assuming they're gonna keep it on top. Oh no, get rid of it. Okay, I'm assuming they're binning that as well. Alright, we're discarding this watery grave. Drawing 2 cards here. Alright, well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, let's go ahead and thought erasure. Let's see what you got going on. Alright, so let's take the Liliana here. Put another land in the graveyard. Play this tapped and pass the turn. Okay. We're gonna just yeah. Selena's Triumph. Alright. I think we're gonna have to just commence the endgame here just to draw some cards, because we're kind of stalling out as far as that goes. Oof. Alright, so we can't obviously stop that part of it. Alright, so we're going to commence the end game here. Alright, they get their 5/5. We get to untap, and I'm just going to kill this. And attack for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so. Alright, Chupacabra. I gotta let that happen. Yep, resolves. And let's just go to our turn. I'm actually gonna hold this Godless Shrine. More cards we have in hand for this commence the end game, the better. We're gonna go to 6 here, I think. Oof. Alright. Ability resolves, we can't do anything about that. Yep. Get yourself a 4/4. I'm gonna kill it with Mortify. Take my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I can commence the end game and still have absorb up, which I think is going to be my plan. Alright, well, unfortunately, we're looking at having to absorb this. I don't think we're winning the game if they're just going to keep cycling back these Krasis. Yeah. And commence, make a 4/4. I'm assuming it's getting trophied. Unless you want a Finale of Eternity it. Or is that what it is? Yeah, Eternity. Alright, interesting choices. Alright, well, we're all at a Finale of Eternities, so... Yep. Attack for 4. Alright, let's Thought Erasure. See what you got in your hand. I guess I'll take the Finale of Eternity, put the land on the bottom. And to be honest, I think next turn we're just going to double Chemist Insight. Yep. Also, yep. How many Absorb have we gone through? Gone through 2. 29 cards left in our deck. Yep, Incubation Druid's great here. This does in fact mean we're going to get a Kill It with Kaya's Wrath. And I mean, that's exactly what we wanted, was for them to kind of overextend into it. Got me 2 cards. Cast it again, discarding this God the Shrine. Okay. Yep. So now we are absolutely firmly in a position where we can Kaya's and pass the turn. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could. No, there's no way we could do that. Let's just pass. No, because if they're gonna pick up with Memorial, they're gonna cast the Crisis in the same turn. So there's like a 0% chance we're just gonna catch them off guard with that. Alright. Play you tapped. Let's just play Time Raveler. Uptick. It's gonna die, but I'm just hoping to catch them off guard here with a Thought Erasure when they try to end a turn, pick up Crisis. Bingo. Resolves. Let them draw their card first. Let them draw their card first. Boom. Well, take Crisis. Keep Chemister on top. Pass turn. Resolves. I will not take action. Yep. Look at Chemisters now. Alright. Play land, and we'll pass. I would like to draw another, what's his name? Another Teferi Time Reveler, so that we can, end of their turn, just catch him with the... Alright, well. You are a little too late, my friend, so we'll probably be discarding you. I'm alright with this resolving. Yep. Yep, keep it. No, milling it. Alright, interesting. Alright, they got a land. Yep. And I think I am actually going to discard the Contempt. Because I actually kind of want God Eternal or Bontu or Enter the God Eternals this. Okay, so that's pretty good here. Alright, let's go here. Here. Mill them. 22 cards, 16 cards. Alright, well. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I can Teferi and have up absorb afterwards. And if they want to spend their card killing Teferi, we're okay with that. Yep. Decline. Got the final finale. Alright, let's there. Yep. Alright, so we're going to want to keep up the absorb for this because that could be bad. Graveyard. Yes, we'll transform it. Yuck. We only have 13 cards left in our deck. So I do actually think I'm going to look now, though. Alright, we got Teferi. Play Teferi. Uptick here, and we're going to pass. How many can we make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can make 5. Is that enough to win the game? I think that's enough to win the game, right? Because that's 14. Oh no, that's not enough power. Slightly off here. Yep. Yeah, my math is a little off. I don't know where it went off, but it's definitely okay. 11 cards there, 15. So they're pretty standard where you're drawing 5 cards. Yep, counter you. You're going up to 10. Three, 4, 5, 6. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that right? Darn it, opponent! I want to kill you with angels. All right. All right, green black. So it's the same match from earlier. So we're gonna want D-Spark and Hostage Taker. Cutting some number of these back's fine, and what was the other card I cut for this matchup? I don't think what card was it I cut? Did I cut all of the finale? Wish I knew what the other card I cut was. Was it a Triumph? Triumph's not great in this matchup, but did I just want to cut the other finale? Was that what I did? Maybe I'll cut the commence. Well, that feels weird. Was it that I only brought in one D-Spark? Is that what it was? This was I didn't think I saw any Carnage Tyrants. Alright, you know what? We're going to do this. Yeah, we're going to take out the finale of Glories. No. Commence the end games. We'll do that. Taking out a draw spell doesn't feel great, but you know. I've been wrong before. Alright, this hand seems fine. Nothing special. That's beautiful on the other hand. Well. Alright, we are going to play the Isolated Chapel here. It will cost a little bit more life. But this way, if they do play something I want to triumph, I will triumph it. That is not something I want to triumph. So I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to play this tapped. Hoping they'll extend a little bit more to the board next turn so I can cry it. Unfortunately, we can't Wrath because of the fact that we have a basic island instead of another instead of a plains or a swamp. Narset. Alright. Not taking her down? Okay. Well, so what? You say your opponent can't draw more than one card each turn? Alright. That does suck a little, turning my Chemist's Insight into essentially a draw one. But I still think it's worth it to do it. That sucks. Alright, we're gonna, yeah, search for his Kanta. Holding up the Triumph. Yeah, we'll Triumph him. Unfortunately, we're not in a great spot here. But we do have a D-Spark for just about anything they play. Alright, cool. Jade Lights, that's good because I was worried about losing our search. Right, land. We'll keep land on top. Alright. Got Eternal Bonsu. Alright, so they lost Negate, Druid, Wrath. Or, Contempt, I mean. Cardi T. Sounds good to me. Graveyard, I just wanted the land. This is tough. Alright, let's no attacks. Just Wrath. I could Liliana here. If they do, we can D-Spark it during our turn. Land. You gonna trophy me? Resolves. I will take action. Grab Swamp here. I'm gonna graveyard it. Alright, we're gonna Thought Erasure here. Trophy Chupacabra. I guess let's take the trophy, put cast down to the bottom. I think we might just fire off a draw one Chemist Insight at the end of the turn, just because. Yep. Just because I wanted. I don't know if that's even good. Let's just do something with our mana though. Maybe it's worth it. Yeah, let's just do it. I think it's worth it. Alright, Teferi Time Reveler is actually great here. And let's see, so we have D-Spark mana up. Alright, let's Teferi. We're going to uptick for no effect and just untap 2 lands. The downside here is they'll put him to 3. Jade Light. Hoping you whiff and only hit 1. Yep, gotta keep it on top and get the trigger. No. Wow, we got lucky there. We're gonna clean the table up here with just, yep, with just some with just this Cry of the Carnarium. Boy, that was lucky. All right, untap Godless and Watery Grave. No Vivian. Contempt me. Contempt would suck. Trophy. I can't do anything about it, so. And we have no basics left. Yep. El Chupies. And I'm not gonna despark it. I don't have any interest in killing it. The fact this Narset has just not done anything this match, other than stop us from drawing a couple cards, is great for us. Because what it's look at the top 4 cards ever for a non-creature and online card, put that in your hand, put the rest in the bottom. Yeah, I think they definitely should have been way more aggressive about using that. Sorry, second despark. Pretty confident we're gonna be in a pretty good spot here. That resolves. Yep. Assuming bin it. I'm assuming bin the Narset. No, keeping Narset on top. Alright, well. I can tell you right now, opponent, I'm gonna get my my value out of my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll pay the life. Uptick you. Uptick you. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll give it a turn. Yep, go ahead and cast that in our set. Yep. 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 On an empty table. Sounds good to me. No, that's a good time to start using it. What do you got? Negate? Nice. Yep, no draw. I'm aware. Let's go ahead and... Oh, yeah, I guess I probably technically should have done the thing. Yeah, I'll keep land, I guess. Yep. Yep, works for me. Sure. Another negate. So we're going to get 5 tokens again. Alright, well, apparently we're done here. Alright, so overall the feeling of the deck is it's very powerful. I like the idea of being able to play basically everything during my opponent's turn. Literally everything during my opponent's turn. Well, except Planeswalkers, but... I like the finale of Glory with the Teferi combo. That's pretty cool. And same thing with Enter the God Eternals. It feels really good being able to cast this stuff. Just pass turn to them. make them have to do it during their turn, kill something, and go to my turn on tap. It feels really good. Sideboard, the only thing I would say is I kind of want to cut one more card from the sideboard um, and put in a non-control matchup card because we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cards. And really, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 cards definitively to cut. 10, 11. It's a rough one to cut the full amount of cards we need to bring that many in against control. But I think we'll figure it out. Yeah. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more videos just like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, it would help me out a ton if you would share this to your social media, to your other Magic groups, or just to your friends that play Magic with you. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will catch you guys next time.